Good morning on this Christmas Eve. It is December 24th, and I'm Chris Allen at the Sam Channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, as we are preparing for the big day. Or for some of you, today is the big day, or tonight is the big night. Tomorrow morning will be the big morning. Maybe you have an extended Christmas, like where you have Christmas here, and then you go to another house and there's Christmas, and then you go to another house, there's Christmas. It's like, I like this. This could keep going. That'd be cool. All right. Well, speaking of cool, it's cold, still cold, and it's going to stay cold for a little bit longer, but I do see a nice warm up coming in the next few days, especially as we get into next week. We're talking 60-degree weather. I'm not kidding. Just like I wasn't kidding about the cold, I'm not kidding about this either. it's, yeah, I know. We go from one extreme to the other, but such as it is right now with these patterns. And then once we warm up, I see another big cool down coming about the middle of January. So topsy-turvy winter, it appears it's going to be for us. What you're seeing is the satellite view this morning, and you can clearly make out the state lines that have rivers like the Ohio River, the Wabash River up in Indiana, the Mississippi River, Illinois, Missouri, Western Kentucky, Kentucky Lake, Lake Barkley, and then the Tennessee River. You can make out all those. You can make out Lake Cumberland, Dale Hollow Lake, even Barren River Lake. You can make all those out. Old Hickory down in around the Nashville area. That's because skies are totally clear this morning. So the satellite is seeing the difference between the temperatures on the waters versus the snow cover that's on the ground. And what you're seeing not moving is snow cover, that little bit of light snow cover that is still out there. We didn't have that much in the way of melting yesterday. So I don't think we'll see a whole lot of, there may be a period today where the radiation from the sun itself starts to melt those really thin areas, like especially on roads. But the roads are still slick this morning. We had a refreezing. And really, we didn't, I mean, the high yesterday was 6. 6 was our high temperature yesterday. So even with the sun being out, it didn't help temperatures recover because of the snowpack. But 6 was our high. 48 is where we should be on average. That's a 42-degree difference. But it was not a record. It was not a record. And by the way, we set a low of -3 yesterday morning. That also was not a record. The record low for yesterday was -11. That was set back in 1989, 33 years ago. That's how long it's been since we've had an air mass almost this cold with snow on the ground and all of that. Again, about 2 inches of snow. Picked up a few flurries around yesterday. And unfortunately, TVA instituted some of those rolling blackouts so that some of you lost power for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes and then it comes back on. But there were some, unfortunately, that lost power for hours. And that was not good. And then there were accidents galore across the area, especially 65. And pileups here and there, slide offs. I mean, even though yesterday looked nice with the sun, it was a terrible day, as we knew it would be. It would be a dangerous day. There were some sporadic reports of some frostbite and hypothermia and things like that that goes with this kind of extreme cold, and that wind made those wind chills -10 to -20. We're going to see a little bit of recovery today, not a bunch. The biggest recovery is going to come as we get into next week. So let me show you the 10-day blender up front. About 20, 21 today, back down into the single digits again tonight under a clear sky. Today will be sunny, by the way. And as I said, now that we're getting just a little bit warmer, we'll see some radiational melting take place today by the sun, but it's not going to get rid of all of it. Not yet. So here we go into Christmas Day tomorrow, and you see that we get up into the mid 20s. That's better. Finally above freezing or at freezing on Monday, 32. And overnight lows rise into the teens, if you can call that rising at all. Then we start to get some wholesale warming, big time warming coming by the middle of the week. We get above freezing for sure on Tuesday, but look, 52, 58, 61. Then Saturday, New Year's Eve, 63. It's going to be a mild, even warm New Year's Eve for anybody that's going to be out. So I know that they've got downtown on the square going on for New Year's Eve. There's going to be all kinds of good stuff going on, and the weather's going to be, it may be a bit rainy during that period, but at least it'll be mild or warm. And then we cool back down by next Monday, the 2nd of January. So we go from one extreme to the other in fairly quick fashion. We just got to give this snowpack and this kind of cold another couple of days before things really start to improve. So we got to bear with it. It's still slick out there. It's still very cold. And you're going to have to just do what you did yesterday, except don't get in an accident and don't get frostbite and hypothermia. If you feel like you got to get outdoors and do something, uh, just limit your time, okay? Because the winds have died down, which is good. Here's a look at Kentucky mesonet temperatures as of 6:30 this morning. Ones, there's a couple of zeros, twos, threes, fours around the Bowling Green area. 5, 6, 7, 9. Still single digits, and tonight we'll be in the single digits just like this once again, because we're not going to get rid of much of that snowpack, and that's going to kind of stick around a little bit longer. Let's take a look at winds. They are out of the west southwest, still a little bit breezy at times, 10 to 15, but they have relaxed a lot from yesterday. So not as much wind, which means our wind chill factor is still frigid, but not as bad as the minus 25 that was showing up yesterday. Wind chill factors right now 6 to 10 below zero, generally across the area. That's the way it feels against your body. That's why it's called a wind chill. It's the chill on your body. So when you're out this morning, just keep in mind you still have to dress for below zero wind chills, and probably for much of the day, you're going to have to dress for that as well. All right, let's show some of these temperatures on the way. What we can expect in the next 24 hours. We're starting out with those single digits here this morning. Let's see if we can get a little better recovery today from that 6 degrees that we had as a high yesterday. Yeah, oh yeah. We're going to warm up 10 to 13 degrees warmer today than yesterday. But you won't be able to feel it that much. 19, maybe 20 will be our high temperature today instead of 6. Tonight, still those single digits, probably 7, 8, 9, 10 in a couple of spots. Tomorrow, even better. We get closer to 20, 21, 22, 23 for a high temperature. And each day that we've got this sunshine, we're going to use that radiation from the sunshine to thin out a little bit more ice and snow. That's what it will do. It's not really warm enough yet, even with the sun out, to just generally melt this stuff away. We've got to overcome that. So any little bit of sun radiation today will help. In a few spots, you'll see some clearing on some of the roads where there's ice and snow together, but it's not going to eradicate it, not today. And for some back roads, maybe not even tomorrow. We got to wait probably till about Monday or Tuesday. Okay. And then Monday, another chance of snow. Wait a minute. Just as soon as I know, but here it comes. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the future radar. I'm going to skip ahead. The models are coming into better agreement as to this. It's like a warm front's going to come in, and eventually behind it there's going to be warmer air, but it's one of those situations when it sweeps through here, it's going to have enough lift and there's going to be enough moisture to lift into the atmosphere where it's really cold, and we're still really cold here, to produce another hit of snow. Now, I'm not going to get into amounts, but I think we could see another inch, maybe, depending on how potent this system is. So I've advanced the map here to noon on Monday, I believe it is. Let me see, or this may be midnight Monday. Okay. So we're at midnight Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m., 4 a.m. Monday morning, 5, 6. Right as you're getting ready to head to work or going to work, snow will start to fall in our area. 7, 8, 9. And there's some little pockets of heavier snow in there, as you can see. 11, noon, Monday, 1, 2. Well, it stops there. So this is using the short range model to depict where and when this snow is going to come in. So from morning drive time, Monday morning through at least early afternoon, we're going to get another hit of snow. And like I said, possibly an inch, depending on what the snow ratio is. But if it's a 10-to-1, and I'm looking at 7/800ths of an inch of precipitable water content of the snow, then that's going to equal out to about almost an inch, 3/4 of an inch to about an inch of snow. But if the snow ratio, they could be 15-to-1, 13-to-1, 17-to-1, that changes everything. So another hit of snow on Monday morning. Crazy, huh? You didn't expect that. That's a after Christmas gift, one that you'll probably want to take back to the store. And that's the day that a lot of people do go back to the stores, Monday. All right, I'll show you this, though. Here comes the warmth. Remember, I showed you this map probably a week before this cold spell hit. And I said, look how deep that blue is and just how cold it's going to be for pretty much the entire nation. And of course, it happened. And now, but look at this. This is the warmer side of things. This is the projection the next 6 to 14 days out or so. And look how warm it's going to get. It is really going to be above average warmth. Most of the entire country is going to warm up, but our side of the country, the east and the south, and even the Great Lakes, really going to warm up. And that's those 60s that I told you that are coming next week. So let me show you the maps and how this is going to play out, including what's going to happen on Monday. So here's a look at the current situation. There's that low, still just deep, that bomb cyclone they keep talking about on the networks. Bomb cyclone. They got to use something. Polar vortex. Incredible, unprecedented cold. Oh, we've had this before. Some of you your memories are short. You don't remember. I remember because I'm freaking 60 years old. So I remember when this has happened before. Remember 78? Golly, 78. We were out of school for a month. We had ice storm and snow. Out of school for a month. This has happened before. This was not as bad as that. And maybe the temperatures, it's been a while, 2015, and then you have to go 33 years from yesterday to find a record cold temperature back in 1989. I remember that one too. So when somebody says, well, it's never been like this before. Yeah, and what, your 30, 40 years of life, or 20? I'm sure it hasn't. But yeah, so this thing is still up there. It's still throwing out these little short waves and still throwing out a bit of wind, which we're going to feel today. Not quite as windy, but still that's going to make it below zero wind chills. And then we get all this blowing off the Great Lakes, these little snow flurries that pop up. I think mainly it's going to be eastern Kentucky that sees that, not so much us, even though that's painted in there today. This thing finally starts to move away as we get into Sunday, Christmas Day. And then here comes our system from the plains and the upper Midwest that is going to bring us this shot of snow. Okay. So it's actually a warm front that's going to lift these parcels of air into the atmosphere where it's going to be cooled, and the result will be some light snow and maybe some pockets of more moderate snow on Monday, starting in the morning, Monday morning, not tomorrow morning, Monday morning. And then it's gone very quickly. Here we go into Tuesday, into Wednesday. Look at the warm up. The winds will pick up, but this time from the south. A very strong warm front will start to move our direction Wednesday into Thursday. Look at that. Much warmer. What's not painted on here into Thursday night and Friday? Rain. We're going to be in the 60s, and here comes a cold front. We're going to get some rain just as we get ready to go into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So we go from snow and extreme cold to really warm and rain. That's your forecast for the next several days. This morning, though, still slick roads. Be careful. If you don't have to get out today, just head on out, but use caution. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for watching. And I'll be right back here tomorrow morning for your Christmas morning update. God bless you.